Okay, so a couple things that he's doing here that we want to keep in mind, right? First of all, he's juxtaposing classical European master literature with a Negro spiritual. Okay, what's he trying to do there? He's trying to equate the two. He's saying that they are of the same ilk, they are of the same level, right? So this is a pretty radical move on his part, right? In the 19th century, early 20th century, Negro spirituals were not seen as anywhere near like classical music or classical literature was seen. They were just considered, you know, working class songs from working class people, basically. So they're pop music, right? That doesn't have any higher resonance either on a lyrical level or on a textual level. And so Du Bois is challenging that. He's saying this music, right, is without a title, without lyrics, is equal to the poetry of Arthur Symons and other classical European writers. Okay, so that's the first thing that's being juxtaposed there. The second thing that's going on is that the musical notation is in every chapter. It begins every chapter, and then at the end of the text, chapter 14, there is a text itself on music, on black music. And so what Du Bois is doing here is he's creating a type of soundtrack um, that is expressing the souls of black folk, right? As we're reading what he's reading, we have this sort of background music, right, that is going on, right? Um, and so he's writing a text. He's not making a film, but there's a certain sort of filmic musical aspect that's going on, right? He is making, you know, a pretty interesting argument for music in general and for black music specifically. All right, chapter one is the famous sort of opening chapter, right? You know, read it closely. The famous line is here, right? The famous definition of double consciousness. So you want to take a look at that. You want to parse that real quick, you know, real in depth, right? Because this is, you know, really, you know, the only place that he sort of, you know, talks about it in depth.